Would you like to make an extra $10,000 in sponsorships or brand deals? That's what I've done over the last 12 months. And in this video, I want to share with you what I went through to land those sponsorships and make them really a good fit for them and a good fit for me. I started my channel at 80 years old back in September of 2024. My goal at that time was to be averaging $1,000 a month from my YouTube experience by the end of 2025. In the video that I posted a couple of months ago, I explained how I achieved that goal through YouTube, AdSense, and affiliate programs, and I'll link that video in the description and at the end of this video. But this video here is different. I want to talk about sponsorships because I've made an additional $10,000 from sponsorships just in the last 12 months. So it's important that you understand the context. I am a fourth quarter creator, part-time. I only post one video a week and occasional live stream. My goal was never to create a 6-7 figure income and make a business out of my YouTube channel. This was always side income from me because I'm not retired. I'm still working full time. But it's so important when you hit 5,000 subscribers, you're going to start getting sponsor and brand deals in your email. Matter of fact, I get 5 or 7 of them a day now. They drive me nuts. And so you need to learn how to manage all of that. And if you decide that you're going to get involved with sponsors, I recommend that you get this book. This is Sponsor Magnet by Justin Moore. I've devoured this book, and I read this book pretty early after I started my channel. I wasn't intending on having sponsors, but I read the book anyway. That book tremendously helped me. Now, Justin has a whole program. You can buy his program and take his classes. And if you are looking at making your channel into a business, that might be a good option for you. But I've not purchased any of his other products other than the book. So my investment of this book has really paid off for me. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, this is old Mike, old me living better. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. And I'm still cranking on at 82 years old. If I can do it, so can you. So I have a total of 4 sponsors. 2 of them are in China, 1 in Taiwan, and 1 in the US. 2 of them I reached out to. I solicited them. The other 2 came to me. The reason I reached out to 2 of them is because that's one of the main strategies in Sponsor Magnet. It's really a great strategy. The very first sponsor that I got involved in was my AI voice recorder, Recolx. Now, this all came about because I was talking about my Plod recorder for a long time, and almost every one of my early videos, I'd make some mention of my AI voice recorder. And at the time, it was the Plod recorder. Well, based on that video, the Plod Good, Bad, and Ugly video, I started getting offers from other AI voice recorders. As a matter of fact, I must have 10 voice recorders sitting over here, some of which I haven't even opened. A few of them I've tried. The one that I really liked was this Recolx. Matter of fact, it replaced my Plod. Well, that particular sponsorship deal involved a standalone video. I'm sort of sensitive about putting ads in my videos, and I've resisted that. So I did a standalone video about the Recolx. So I receive fees up front for a standalone video. On the back end of it, though, I get residual income from affiliate links to this product. It's a wonderful product. So I did have some hiccups in this first sponsorship, and I determined the next sponsor that I would have, I would implement something different. This sponsor turned out to be really great. It's the Dashmoto scooter. This is a high ticket item. They start around 4,000 and run up to $5,000 for each one. But I have some mobility needs, both my wife and I did, and I reached out to these guys. They're based in Taiwan. They were beyond their startup, but they had only started releasing the product in the US when I reached out to them. Part of this brand deal was that I ended up with a $5,000 Dashmoto. Now, it's very important that you understand that as a YouTube creator, if you take or receive a product, that gets reported in the US on your 1099. That's income that you receive. So if you have a product that's worth $100 or worth $300, that's income to you. The Dashmoto relationship was really great. I ended up with the Dashmoto, and I created a standalone video for them. Once that contract was done, which it is now, you won't see that video on my channel anymore. I will link in the description to the unlisted version if you'd like to see it. So part of the contract was giving them a certain amount of time on deliverables. So out of that video and some other things I did for them, they paid me a fair amount of money to create the content. So when you do the contract with them, you give them a certain amount of time that they can use your content, your deliverables to them. Now, I implemented something that I do now all the time. I won't take on a sponsor unless I can have a Zoom call with them. A Zoom call is so great. It helps to verify that whoever you're working for is professional. It's not just some fly by the night somebody that's a company is trying to make money. I had great Zoom calls with Dashmoto, with the executives there. We talked about a lot of things. Some things we didn't do, some things we did. But it was a great relationship. I felt very confident then in moving forward with Dashmoto. Again, on the back end of this deal is I have an associate link. If somebody uses my associate link, then I receive a commission off of those sales. So the sponsorship deal involved the very first video I did, and then also residual income that would come from sales of the product. The third relationship I had was with a company called Roamate. I reached out to them also. This was a power wheelchair and assisted wheelchair. Now, I wish I could say this was it was a great relationship. I had a great relationship with the company. I did a lot of work for them. They were very generous in the sponsorship that they provided for me. But I got involved with this company. It was a China-based company, but it was a startup that had not fully produced the finished product yet. So they sent me a demo. I really liked the demo, so we went forward with the sponsorship deal. And but then on the back end, I'm embarrassed to say that they had problems between the tariffs and their own production problems and delivery here in the US. People that ordered their Roamates didn't get them for months. They promised to have them all delivered in 2 or 3 months. There were people that didn't get those products for 6, 7 months. A lot of customer blowback from them. When the final product did arrive, there was problems with that. So I've decided in the future, I probably won't hook up with a sponsor that is either a startup or doesn't have a full production model of the product they want me to review. So my fourth sponsor is SNUG. It's an app for the iPhone or for Android. It's a check-in app. And I absolutely love it. They reached out to me. I arranged a Zoom call with the CEO of the company, which was great. We got along really good. I started using the product. I used it for a month and a half, 2 months, both the free version and the paid version, but I fell in love with it. My family fell in love with it. It's a check in program for people who live alone or for seniors. So, uh, every morning, starting at 6 o'clock, I get a message on my iPhone that says, "Welcome, Mike. Have you checked in yet?" So if I don't check in by the agreed upon time, which is a couple hours after that, then I start getting text messages, and if I don't reply to them, then my emergency contact, which is my son, he will get notified and say, "Hey, Grandpa Mike, oh Mike, he has not checked in. You better make sure he's not laying on the floor or something." But when I do click on check in, I get a cool little message that I'm all checked in with a quote from today's quote. I love those little quotes in there. The Snug app is free. It's got a ton of features. It does have a paid version. I've used both of them. The free version is pretty cool. I encourage you to look in the description. I've got a link to it. Go check it out. And by the way, if you haven't figured out by now, they're sponsoring this video. But I want to tell you about my relationship with Snug and why I think it is so great. They're looking for other channels to sponsor. If it's the kind of product that would fit into your particular relationship or your particular channel, your niche, or whatever, especially if you're in the fourth quarter sector or retirement sector, I'd encourage you. I will provide a link to an email address that you can talk to somebody that knows the Snug well, and you can engage in a dialogue with them about them sponsoring your channel. So Snug is paying me for 2 videos. I like them so much. I've mentioned them in a couple of other places, but they are paying me up front for a video I did before and for this particular video. Long term, I hope to establish a longer relationship with them. They are a cool company, and I really believe in them. So, if you're interested in sponsorships, one of the things that we're looking forward to, I think YouTube is going to call it dynamic brand. That's where in the future, they've not released it yet, they've talked about it, but you'll be able to go into a video and drop an ad in that video, just like YouTube drops ads into your videos. That's if you want to run ads on your videos. The advantage to that is you can drop it into any video or you can take it out of any video. They've not worked the details out of it. But if that's true, that's a great opportunity to be able to pitch sponsors, because you can go back to a viral video or to other videos that are doing well. And you can drop in a 30-second ad into that. And let's say it's for 3 months and you promise a certain amount of exposure and deliverables. That's a wonderful thing for us as YouTube creators. If you're interested in sponsorships, a lot of people aren't. Everybody hates ads. I don't have ads. I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't have to look at them, right? Unless they're in line in the video itself by the creator. So here's 8 tips that I want to give you that I think are really important. They're the tips that I've learned from doing this for over a year now. Number 1, don't work with agents. You'll get solicitations from people, from agencies that represent all kinds of brands. And boy, they're a mess. I will not work with an agency. I want to work with the founder of a company or somebody that I can talk to in that company. Never open a DocuSign, even if it's from somebody you know. There are other ways to sign documents than in DocuSign. Number 3, do your own research. All of the companies I got involved in, I did my own background research using AI, using the internet, trying to find out if the companies are legitimate, where they're from, if they have any posted financials. Number 4, ask for their KPI. That is key performance indicator. In talking with the sponsors that I've hooked up with, I always ask, what's your KPI? That means, how are they going to measure that my relationship with them is a success? If they have no KPI, then they're not going to know if I'm a success, and I won't know if I'm a success. But you won't believe, I've talked to probably 10 or 15 other potential sponsors. They don't have a clue what a KPI is. There are all kinds of things that are involved. Number 5, you can't do this all the time, but I always request a Zoom call with the marketing department, the PR department, advertising department, somebody in the executive chain of the company. So far, except for for one, I've been able to do that, and it's been very helpful. Number 6, determine how you're gonna get paid, 30-day, 60-day net. Determine whether it's gonna be PayPal, Remnity, or some other situation, and understand that sponsorship deals have consequences tax-wise, at least in the US. Even if even if you get a free product, you have to claim the value of that free product on your taxes. Number Number 7, don't destroy your channel with advertising. I've resisted running ads directly on my channel. That's why I like standalone video ads better. But if you're going to run them, don't run them in every single video. For me, I can do that because I'm not dependent on this money. And I'm very selective about the products that I will be promoting. And lastly, I need to say it again, go buy Sponsor Magnet. Go down in the description, click on the link. It's an Amazon link. Yeah, I get a few pennies from if you buy it, but it doesn't affect your cost. I'll provide links also in the description to all of the people I've mentioned, to the products I've mentioned, to the videos that are unlisted now that you can't see them publicly. I will provide links to the products. And if you want to go buy a Dashmoto for $4,000, I'll provide you the affiliate link for that. I would love it if you did that. Anyway, I love doing sponsorships. I'm very selective about doing them. I don't know how many I'm going to do in the future, but remember, my first video on this topic was how to make $1,000 a month on YouTube. Make sure and see that video. I'll leave it up here. And that was through AdSense and affiliate programs. This is different. This is sponsorships. But if you look at it from last year, my first full year on YouTube as a part-time, one video a week, 82-year-old guy, I'm probably going to be reporting on my taxes for this year in excess of $20,000. If you're from the IRS, please don't double check me, okay? But you can make money on YouTube. There's a lot of ways to do it. Start out slow. Be patient. Be patient. So this is old Mike, old me living better. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. And I'm definitely not dead, so I'm not done. So I hope you land a sponsor. I hope you make some side income from YouTube. And I hope this video will help you. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.